So a warm good afternoon to all. You know my name is Archana. So I'll be dealing test discussion today. So test 3, full test discussion we'll be doing. Those who haven't written the test, it's okay. We'll have the discussion anyway. You may please write the test, okay? Don't skip any test. You have to write the test. And those who have written the test, how was the exam? Tough. Okay. So see, in examination hall, whenever you get a question paper, first of all, you have to check whether there is 100 questions or not. So when you have a wrap here, you'll have a wrap here. So you have to break it and you have to check 100 questions are there. Any printing issues or printing mistakes you have to check. And normally, what we have to do is, we have to go 3 rounds of revision for the question paper. So first round revision, all important points you have to mark it down, and relatively easier questions you have to do it in first round. If you are doing almost 35 to 40 questions in the first round, the question paper seems to be easy. So you have to attempt more than 90 plus questions in that case. And if you are getting only 20, 25 in the first round, it means that question paper is literally tough. So you have to reduce your question number attempts accordingly. So what you should do is, you have to go 3 rounds. So first round is just reading the question, knowing the answer, just mark it in the OMR itself, because at the end of the day, when you start marking the OMR all together, it will be difficult for you. Okay, it will be difficult for you, and high chances that you make human errors. So mark when you know the answer itself, try to mark the answers. So first round, just know the questions, like reading the question itself. For example, considering the leaf. So it is a collective of the governments of the USA. Reading the question itself, you know, if you know the answer, go for it. Then second round revision, take time and read the stuffs. Okay, take time and read each of the questions so that it will be easy for you. Then mark it in the OMR. And third round, it is kind of guesses, smart work. If you don't know the answer itself, sometimes you may guess some questions. All these things are done at the second round. So which round is the most crucial? The second round. First round, just go by the question. If you know the answer, mark it. So first round, you will hardly get around 30, 35 or 40, less than 35 maybe. Second round, you have to attempt maximum around 40 plus questions. And last round, last 10 or 15 questions. This is how you have to approach the question paper. Is it clear? So see, I'll go through all the questions at once. See, I'll go through the questions. You may also just flip the paper. So like, you will be familiar with few stuffs, you have seen some stuffs that you have studied, it will make you so much happy. So don't get stuck with a single question. So secondly, start reading the question. So see the first question regarding LEAF initiative, like LEAF coalition, lowering emissions by accelerating forest finance coalition. See, this is from your current affairs, basically from your current affairs. See the second statement. See, I'll explain you the elimination strategy, or how you have to approach the question so that you can do smart work, tactical work and arrive at the answer. I'm not going to discuss the pakka factual questions that you can definitely get it right. By if you know the conceptual clarity or like thorough understanding, you can definitely get it right. These current affair types of questions and those questions that we can do by elimination will be discussed here. So first question is the current affair question. See the second statement. This coalition is supported by transnational corporations like Unilever, Amazon, Nestle, Airbnb, etc. See the second statement. The second statement seems to be very general, right? It is a general statement. So general statement, mostly it can be right. So option 2 is anyway there. So that is how you have to go with the question. 2 is anywhere there. And first statement, you should know the stuff. No other way. LEAF initiative. First statement, you should know. It is by USA, UK and Norway. Sometimes they will give some other country also. First statement, we can't do by logic or like by smart guess or something. You should know the answer. That is why you have to be thorough with current affairs. So LEAF initiative, first statement is by your static understanding. Second statement, by general understanding, you can make it right. So the option will be C. And see the second question, it is regarding intertropical convergence zone. Here also, see the first statement, intertropical convergence zone is a low pressure zone. So low pressure zone at the equator where trade winds diverge. See, low pressure zone, trade winds will normally converge. It doesn't diverge. And if you know the basic of intertropical convergence zone where trade winds converge, that logic, it makes that first statement wrong. So if first statement is wrong, then A and B gets eliminated. Either B or D will be the answer. So if you go with the second option or like third option, if we consider, or second option, you can go either way. So monsoon trough encourages the development and thermal high over north and north and west India. It is thermal low. So definitely the answer will be what? C. Not C, D, 3 only. D, 3 only. You got the logic, right? So you should know the static understanding. Apart from that, you should know the logical elimination methods also. So by elimination also, the static questions can be solved. And third one, see, 3 statements are given regarding transpiration. You know what is transpiration and all. The removal of water from the leaf of the plant. See, by logic, higher the surface area of the plant leaf, more will be the transpiration. So see the last statement, a leaf having more surface area will show more transpiration. That statement is correct. Okay, the here question is not correct. So you can eliminate B, C, D. Okay, so the answer will be 1 only. You got it. See, option 1 and 2 are wrong. Here the question is not correct. See, sometimes the UPSC won't be highlighting the not correct aspect. So you have to make a bubble there, not correct bubble there. So that when you mark the answer, you have to cross check whether it is correct or not correct, because you may make human error there also. So you will get the answer. So third statement can be very well understood easily. So you will get the answer. And considering fourth question, see natural wetlands and inland wetlands, this is also a direct question, but you should know static understanding of the wetlands concept. 19 wetlands are there. And see the last one is Gujarat. Okay, this Gujarat, not UP, I guess. Fourth question, it is Gujarat at the top. So you can eliminate that. Fourth statement can be eliminated. So the answer will be 1, 2, 3. Yes, answer it is Gujarat only. അല്ല ഇവിടെ ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നതെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ സ്റ്റേറ്റ് വൈസ് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ഓഫ് വെറ്റ്ലാൻഡ്സ് അല്ലേ ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. സ്റ്റേറ്റ് വൈസ് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ആണ്. ലൈക്ക് ലാർജസ്റ്റ് വെറ്റ്ലാൻഡ് ഏതാണ്? ലാർജസ്റ്റ് വെറ്റ്ലാൻഡ് എവിടെയാണ്? സുന്ദർബൻസ് ആണ്. ഏറ്റവും ഷോർട്ടസ്റ്റ് ഏതാണ്? രേണുകയാണ്. അപ്പൊ നമുക്കൊരു ടെൻഡൻസി വരും ലൈക്ക് സ്റ്റേറ്റ് വൈസ് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ ഈ പറയുന്ന ഈസ്റ്റേൺ സൈഡിലല്ലേ എന്ന് തോന്നും. ബട്ട് ദ തിങ് സ്റ്റേറ്റ് വൈസ് ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ഗുജറാത്ത് ഇസ് ദ ലാർജസ്റ്റ്. സ്റ്റേറ്റ് വൈസ് ആണ് വേർഡ്, കീ വേർഡ് യു ഹാവ് ടു ഫോക്കസ്. ദാറ്റ്സ് ദ തിങ്. And see fifth question, you know, direct question. See one more component comes under greenhouse gas. What is that? Water vapor. Water vapor. So carbon dioxide, methane, CFC, N2O. Direct question, very direct question. And see the term barbell strategy. See what is barbell? What is barbell? If you know what is barbell, answer can be arrived very easily. See, have you seen this in gym and all? This is barbell. And see the options and read the options. First one, it involves detailed initial assessment and then making rigid upfront plan to tackle a problem. It won't be the answer. See, something we need to calibrate and respond. So that is what is meant by barbell. So see the C option. See, second option is Swiss challenge. You may be knowing. Second is Swiss challenge. And go with the C. Policy outcomes are assessed rapidly based on real-time information and then calibrates the response step by step. So step-by-step process. So that is barbell strategy. Is it clear? If you know what is barbell, you will get it right. Okay, kind of English word connotation and going with the trend. Okay, next is 7. See, this question, if you don't know the stuff, you can't attempt the question. See, I have made a round there because I didn't knew what was housing price index, who releases it. Even I got confused. It is released by RBI and it is a quarterly report. Okay, it is quarterly. So in order to solve that question, here logical elimination or like smart work doesn't work. You have to know the fact. You have to know the fact. And 8th question also, see global manufacturing. Manufacturing is something related to what? Manufacturing, we have to manufacture something. So all the options are incorrect here. Option is D. It is by Cushman and Wakefield. Okay, it is by Cushman and Wakefield. Not so important. You have to make sure that all the other 3 can be eliminated by logic. All the other 3 are not related to manufacturing. So by logic you will get it right. And 9th question, all the statements are correct. But the issue is with option B. In option B, it is shown that ultraviolet observatory. It is an infrared observatory. You can eliminate either in that way, or you may please look there. It shows that with shorter wavelength. Will it be shorter wavelength? No, it will be longer wavelength. You can either by 2 methods, one by infrared or by shorter wavelength strategy. So either way, it can be eliminated. So the answer will be B. You got it right? So next question. See, next is very direct. What is gerrymandering? And you may read what is filibuster and roll call. Very direct, very easy question. And moving on to the next, see as I said earlier, last class also, 10th schedule or anti-defection law is very, very important. It can be asked. It was in prelims perspective. It is very important. Mains also, the analysis part will be important. So you have to study that, very direct question. And 12th question, if you consider, see Shrestha Yojana. Shrestha Yojana. See Shrestha Yojana, it is by Ministry of Social Justice. Here also you should know the fact. I told you important ministries you have to study. You should know what ministry and what objective is there. As I said earlier, ministry objective, salient feature, exclusion or eligibility criteria, you should know. See Shrestha, it may seems to be education, but no. It comes under Ministry of Social Justice. You know the fact here. See, these kind of questions, if you are not getting it right, make a circle out there. See, I have made a circle because at first instant I didn't get it. Okay. So, direct question. And see, next one is Onthophagus taurus. Okay, Onthophagus taurus. This is also direct, but the thing is, what is taurus? Aries, taurus. See, taurus simple. What is taurus? Bull, bull. Okay, bull kind of thing. So, my elimination strategy I am explaining to you. Say, go by the logic then. Will it be seahorse? That simple kind of thing you just imagine. And see, Onthophagus means dung eating. Okay, dung eating. Onthophagus. Phagus means eating. Something is eaten. So, Onthophagus taurus. See, here I go by the logic. I got confused with seahorse and insect. And Onthophagus means something is eaten. So, I thought the shape of a beetle or an insect looked like a taurus. So, I go by that logic and got the answer correct. It is my elimination strategy. It won't work always, but the thing is, what I did, I told it to you. Okay. Next is alpha and beta diversity is given ulta. They have given alpha in place of beta and beta in place of alpha. It is ulta. It is a very static part. And moving on to the next, see, we have desert warrior and desert eagle. Desert eagle with which country? It is the one with UAE. Desert eagle is the one with UAE. Desert warrior is with which country? It is with Egypt. That is the crux there. The word desert, see, Egypt is also a desert, so the word may get confused. So here the answer will be A. So they are asking the not correct. See, whenever you get the term not correct, just mark and underline it as much times you can. And when you mark the answer, do cross check it. But almost all the times we make human errors in that not correct aspect. Okay. Yesterday I made 2 mistakes. That's why I'm telling. Okay. It's natural, quite natural. So next statement, see, read all these statements. Second option, you may get confused because majority of 15 is 8, right? Majority of 15 is 8, right? Majority of 15 is 8. But there it is given 9. But it is true. We normally goes with majority. The majority of 15 is 8, but it is 9 actually. Majority plus 1 it is. So 9, that second option is right. First option is a general statement. It is right. And moving on to the third option, see, it is by not simple majority. See, you can mark simple majority and just think of it. See, admission of a new member. Will it be okay with simple majority by logic? No. We need 2/3 majority. So you will get the answer as 1 and 2. Are you able to follow me? Am I fast? Little bit. Okay. Because you told you have to eat the lunch and also that's why. See, 17th question, very direct question. All the 3 statements are correct. I am not explaining it. You should know what is conjugal rights. Okay. Moving on to the 14th question. See, electoral bonds is again important. It is digitally or via checks we need to purchase that bonds. So, second statement, it is said that check is not an instrument. Is it correct? No, you can eliminate that option. So, 2 and 3 gets eliminated and just electoral bonds are non-tradable. If you know that logic also, you will get 1 as correct. Or otherwise, you read one option. One option is anyway right. This basic understanding. So, you will get it right. And moving on to 19th question, see, again your static part, fundamental right, very direct question. The state can impose reasonable restriction. What are all the reasonable restrictions for freedom of religion? Public order, morality. Very good. Public health not, it is public order, health, morality. Very good. So, second option, not, it is not the right to convert. Okay. So, you may get the answer as D. Both the options are incorrect. Okay. You will get the answer as D. See, next question. See, important global hunger index. Who is releasing it? Four components are checked here: undernourishment, child wasting, child mortality, and child stunting. You have to study it by heart. The important indexes and report, HDI, GII, all the important index and report you have to study. Again, a static question. And see, next, see, consider the following statement. See, basic biology questions can be expected. See, all prokaryotic organisms were grouped together under King Monera. See, all is, you have to look into all. But here, all, entire, it can be sometimes be confusing. But here consider prokaryotic means without a cell wall, without a proper cell. But here the first statement is correct. You should note that all prokaryotic organisms were grouped together under King Monera, which is a right statement. And mycoplasma or organisms are completely lacking a cell wall. Again, that is also correct. So you should know the basic understanding of both. And see, eukaryotic cells, unicellular eukaryotic organisms are grouped under Protista, kingdom Protista. You should know that also. So again a factual question, but basics of your biology. If you read 12th standard, see, no need to read 12th standard NCERT and all, just go through some basic understanding. What is eukaryotic, what is prokaryotic, what is DNA, what is RNA, biotechnology basics. See, I will be dealing science and technology, so we will discuss it in detail there in science and technology class. And next, see, 23rd option, not 22nd. See, what I did was, see, recently Australian government declared koala under the category of endangered species. See, what I did was, I knew that forest fire happened in Australia. So I thought there are chances that it can be made into endangered. So that is what my logic. So I got option B correct. And first statement, it is the only koala species found in Australia today. I made it a guess. So I made it right. So that is what you did. Okay. Okay, so the option will be, they are asking not correct, both the statements are correct, so the answer will be D. And 23rd question, I only knew one stuff, that is about golden langur. See, again golden langur was in news. So it was in news is because in order to protect or conserve it in Assam, a separate rehabilitation or something is given for golden langur. So I knew that golden langur is D, endangered. So there is only one option with 4D. So I got it right. So that is how I did it. See, if any one of the thing you know, you can do by elimination. Any one stuff you can do by elimination. And next is, he is a freedom fighter and a political leader from Assam. He favored non-cooperation but was against strikes and plantation. As he himself was a planter, he was popularly known as Karamveer. See here, see, I got confused with two aspects. One is, I don't know any one of these personalities, by the way. And I got stuck with option D because Bardoloi is something an Assamese term, like we used to have Nair kind of thing like that. It is a like what you say, like name added to the prefix or with our name, like a suffix with our names. So by issue was, I got confused with Bardoli Satyagraha also. So Bardoli plays Gujarat, I know that, but you may go through the spelling, it is Bardoloi. So it is option D. Bardoloi is an Assamese word. So I got it right. See, this is how we used to do. So that is why I am telling. And next is Wavell plan. Very direct question, Wavell plan. Which of the following given are not correct? Okay, Wavell plan. See, very static. Option 1 is only not correct because all the members of Viceroy Executive except Viceroy and Commander-in-Chief. Except Viceroy and Commander-in-Chief. So, option A. Option B is correct. Very static. And moving on to good governance index. See, good governance related things will be released by Department of Administrative Reform. So, first statement is right. If you get first statement right, you can eliminate. See, here not correct is the stuff. Okay, not correct is the stuff. So, first statement is correct. So, first statement is correct means you can eliminate A and D. You will get by 2 and 3. So, Kerala is not the topper, it is Gujarat. You should note that Gujarat is the topper followed by Maharashtra and Goa. That statement is not correct because answer is Gujarat. So, the answer will be B. We will stuck with 2 and 3. Answer will be 2. Okay. See, next is Copenhagen Climate. I didn't knew anything about that. I skipped that question because the alphabets and all, it got confused. Okay. So, Copenhagen Climate, you may go through the map. Very direct. Very direct in the sense means very, very direct. Okay. Very static portion. And next is PESA Act, 25th year of PESA. Yesterday I told you, right, PESA is very important. And one thing you have to note here is first statement is right. So, you will get it. First statement is right. So, you can eliminate option C. And second option, you go through the second option. Is it the tribal ministry? No, it is Ministry of Panchayati Raj. So, you can eliminate that. So, 2 can be eliminated. So, C and D got eliminated. Now, you have left with A and B options. A and B options. See the third option. Third option is a general option, it is right. You will get by logic. So, the answer will be A. Okay. See, next is consider the following statements regarding the president and governor. Okay. And see, president has got power, discretionary powers, and governor has also got discretionary powers. What are the discretionary powers of the president? Do he have constitutional discretion? President? No, only situational discretion. What are all the situational discretions of the president? Appointment of PM, caretaker government, in non-confidence motion, in majority, etc. When no majority is there, he will take the charge. Okay, make the new minister kind of thing. So you can go by logic. And whereas governor, he has got situational discretion and constitutional discretion. What are the situational discretions? Appointment of governor, dismissal of council of ministers, etc. And what are constitutional discretions? Presidential rule, then reservation of a bill regarding union territories and all, he has got constitutional discretion. So the option will be 2, D. Again, very factual, you have to study the discretionary powers and constitutional powers, like situational powers and constitutional powers regarding discretionary powers. Is it correct? Is it, are you able to follow me? Fine, right? Moving on to the next option. See, again, very direct question. You will get it as right, 3. D. Very direct, very easy question. And see, 31, all the 3 statements are right. You have to study it. No other way, current affairs. You have to know the basic knowledge. Current affairs. Amazonia first. And see, 32nd, I only knew one stuff, that is Corvax is by Serum Institute of India. See, it is general understanding, Serum Institute, Corvax. So I got it right by that. So option 2B is correctly matched. So 1A, 3C. Only one option is with 2B. If you know any one of these stuff, you will get the answer right. And next is 3. See, all the statements are correct regarding NeoCove. All the statements are right. They are asking about the not correct, which is none of the above. Okay. See, what is ACE2? Antigen converting enzyme, something related to that. Okay. Next is, which of the following statements are correct regarding the Simon Commission? See here, look at the second statement. First statement is right. Second statement, Hindu Mahasabha and entire. See, entire is the keyword there. It is not the entire Muslim League opposed the Simon Commission. So you can just cut that option. So option 2 is eliminated. So the answer will be 1 and 3. Okay. Next question, Warda scheme. See, Warda scheme is developed by Gandhiji. Important aspects of Warda scheme you have to study. Here the answer is C. Very direct question. And arrange the following historical places from east to west. Again, very, very static. You have to study the map. All the maps in NCERTs are really important. You have to study it by heart. By heart means compare it to the new states and study. Okay. Very direct question. I am not explaining it. And next is assisted reproductive technology. See, both the statements are right. Okay, both the statements are right. Surrogacy is allowed only for Indian married couples. It is true. Whereas ART procedures are open to married couples, living partners, single women, and also foreigners. So both the statements are right here. You should note that it was in current affairs, very static portion. You must be thorough with. So I am not explaining it. Both the statements are correct, but the question is not correct. So the answer is D. And see, next is RODTEP. See the first statements. As the name itself says that it's a remission of duties and taxes. And what is first statement 1 is showing? It aims to provide incentives. Does it provide incentives? No. First statement can be eliminated. Second statement is right. It was introduced as a replacement of merchandise exports from India scheme. So the answer will be B, 2 only. And see, 39, both the statements are correct. C, both the statements are correct. And 40th question, promptive corrective action plan. Just look at the question. See, it is not applicable to small finance banks and payment banks. You can eliminate first option, that small finance banks. And see, central bank, that is the RBI. See, recently return on assets was eliminated from that. Return on assets. That was why it was in news. So both the statements are wrong. So which of the following statements are given correct? D. D. Okay. And see, 41st question. Take the 5th option, Operation Ganga, the recent one. You may be knowing it. Operation Ganga, recent one. So you can eliminate A and C. You can eliminate A and C. Operation Ganga, recent evacuation from Russia, like Ukraine war issue and all. So you can eliminate A and C. You are left with 1, 2, 3 and 5. See, so 1, 2, 3, 5 are anyway right. So you have to look at the 4th option, Operation Sukoon. So operation launched by the Indian government in 2011 to evacuate its citizens fleeing from, it is not Libya, it is Lebanon. LL, it may be confusing. The thing is, it is Lebanon. So 4 is wrong. So answer will be 1, 2, 3, 5. Are you able to follow me? Okay, 42nd question. Palermo Convention. See, where is Palermo? Place. It is in Italy. Okay, Palermo is in Italy. It is the headquarters of Italy. See, UNTOC, Transnational Organized Commission, like crime is UNTOC, is headquartered in Italy. So it is associated with transnational organized crime. Direct question you should know. Conventions, as I mentioned in the last class, important conventions, important dialogues, important declarations you have to study. Those was in current affairs. Very direct. And see, next question, which article of Indian Constitution says there shall be a President of India? See, till 51 we have DPSP, 51A is fundamental duties, 52 is starting of central government, it is starting with the President. So, article 52. Very direct. By logic you will get it right. So, next is World Inequality Report. See, first statement is a general statement, but you should know this stuff. And second statement, see, by logic whether it will be right. Second statement, according to the report, inequality between countries is increasing while inequality within countries is narrowing. See the please consider India itself. The statement is wrong. It is given ulta. According to report, inequality between the countries is narrowing while inequality within countries is increasing. That is the correct answer. So here answer will be A. Right. Fine, right? Next is see, Scomberoid pelagicus. Pelagicus recently seen in news. See, what is pelagic zone? Pelagic zone. Surface water. Very good. Benthic zone, pelagic zone. So you will get it as surface water. So you may please look at the options. So it won't be new spider species. You can eliminate that. It won't be fungi species also by a general logic. Say turtle and new carangid species. But I knew one thing, that is scombroid poisoning I have heard about. Scombroid poisoning, you may please note it there. Scombroid poisoning, it is associated with fish species. Scombroid poisoning, it is associated with histamine poisoning. See, I knew that. So, scombroid is something related to fish. I got it in that way. So, I got the answer correct as A. Logic. This is how I did the answer. It is up to you. Anyway, pelagic you will get it as water. So, anyway you will get stuck with two options. Anyway, smart guess or wild guess, you can do that. Okay. And next question, 46th question. See, you know about pneumatophores and you know about buttress roots. So, I am not explaining the question. Answer is B. And 47th question, see, important mines you have to study. There is a map in NCERT which quote about important mines, that is gold mine and silver mine in a single map. So, Dandabad and Savar are the important silver mines. Dandabad and Savar. And important gold mines are Kolar, Dharwad, then Hassan. You have to study that. There is a map which shows, a single map which shows the mines of gold and silver. So, direct question, I am not explaining it. Answer is C. And next question, as I mentioned earlier in the current affairs class itself, I told you important passes you have to study in geography. So, Jalapla is in Sikkim, Niti Manas is in Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, that region. You can get it by logic. If you know one or two stuff, you will get the answer as 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 48 is A. And see, next is again geography, centripetal drainage patterns. Centripetal drainage patterns. See, what is radial pattern? If there is a mountain, and river is flowing in such a way that this is called as radial pattern. Okay. And just the opposite of radial pattern, if there is a lake, all the rivers coming and joining the lake, then it is called as centripetal drainage pattern. And we have trellis, we have so many kind of patterns. So, here by logic you will get it right. You may get confused with radial and centripetal, but just think of a mountain and a lake. See, here it is centripetal, there it is radial. By logic you will get it right. And next is World Press Freedom Index. World Press Freedom Index. So, World Press Freedom Index is published by Reporters Without Borders. The first statement is right. See, second statement is also right. India is categorized as a bad category country along with Brazil, Mexico and Russia. See, here you should know the current affairs. Then only you can do it. And don't think that Pakistan is above India. Okay, it is below only. So, Pakistan and China perform poorer than India. So, you can eliminate option 3. Answer is 1 and 2. See, here you should know the stuff, then only you can do it. That is why the question is tough. And next is PAT. See, this is often in the news. Last 3-4 years it was in news. PAT, Performance, Achieve and Trade. Both the statements are correct. It is this program launched by BEE. BEE comes under which ministry? Ministry of Power. Ministry of Power. So option will be C. And see, next, I told you, important, all the exercises, bilateral exercises you have to study. I haven't shared the material, right? I'll share the material. All the important exercises you have to study, very, very important. So spitting cobra, see here I knew two exercises. One is Dharma Guardian, Dharma, Japan. You will get it right. Then Harimavo Shakti I knew. Okay, it is in Myanmar. So you will, if you know two things from this four options, you will get the option right. And pitch black is of Australia. Spitting cobra is USA only. So option is D, 1 and 2. Fine, right? Next is, consider the following statement. The Speaker of Lok Sabha has the authority to decide if a question is to be treated as a starred and unstarred question. That statement is right. See, you should know what is a starred and unstarred question, basic statistical part of your polity. And see, the important days is 10 days. Important part is notice less than 10 days. It is not 14 days. It is 10 days only. Okay. Sometimes you may feel that it is 7 days or something. Anyway, it is not 14 days. Go by that logic. It is 10 days. So, answer is A. And next question regarding cabinet committee. See, the cabinet committees are constituted by the PM. It is not constitutional bodies. Very, very important. They are extra constitutional. So, first statement is correct. They are extra constitutional. And non-cabinet members can also be members. Okay. So, second statement is wrong. And see, Cabinet Committee on Investment and Growth review the economic trends and frame an integrated economic policy. See, economic policy, who does economic policy? Is it by Committee on Investment or Committee on Economic Affairs? By logic, you will get it right. By Economic Affairs. So, Economic Affairs is important. See, important aspect here is, important cabinet committees that are headed by PM, you have to study. Please note it down. You have to study it later. Important committees headed by PM. Very important. Okay. Moving on further. The next question is 55th question. So, Bharata Muni's Natya Shastra, there are 22 Shrutis. Art and culture, important stuff. You should know that. And Teen Tal is the most popular Tala in Carnatic music, and Adi Tala is the Adi is something related to South, right? Adi. So you will get Adi is not Hindustani, the word Adi. Adi is Carnatic, related to Carnatic. It is given ulta. And Avanada Vadya produces sound through movement of wind. It is not movement of wind, it is a string instrument. So the option will be B. So you will get it right. So you can eliminate 1 and 3. Like, sorry. Which of the following statements are correct? Answer is B. You can eliminate 2. 2 and 3 can be eliminated. So, option is 1. And see, I think 56th question, there is a mistake. Answer is B. Rigveda is by Aitareya. See the table. Samaveda is by Panchvimish. Yajur Taitriya. Adarva Gopada. So, answer will be D only. Option is mistaken, I guess. Answer key has mistake. Okay, next is again direct. See, I think Justin sir has put the question paper. History questions are very difficult to tackle. When I felt it very difficult. So, it will be difficult, I think so. So, next is 57. Tau Prasad Savaye Akal Utsat Nuspir Hasht Bihishit. See, I didn't had any idea about all the 4 things. So, I just skipped that question. If you know any of this stuff, you can try attempting. Anyway, answer is 1 and 2. I skipped the question. I didn't knew. See, very direct. This Nuspir. See, you can go by logic. See, Nuspir, Hasht Bihishta and all. That is Amrit Kusru. So, I don't know guys. I just eliminated. It is very factual, very factual. No elimination works. So, with reference to cultural tradition of India, consider the following statement. Siron Molo is the harvest festival of Arunachal Pradesh. See, Nishi tribes are of Arunachal Pradesh. If you know Nishi is of Arunachal Pradesh, either the 2 statements can be right or the 2 statements can be wrong. So, anyway, Nishi tribes belongs to Arunachal Pradesh. That is the logic. So, it can be C or D option. So, Siron Molo, you should note that it is a harvest festival of Arunachal Pradesh. If you know that logic, the 2 statements will be right. You will get the answer correct. Okay. You got it because both the statements are dealing with Siron Molo. And if you know Arunachal Pradesh constitute Nishi tribes, either both the statements can be right or it can be wrong. Because Siron Molo is the crux then. So, Siron Molo is the harvest festival of Arunachal Pradesh, then it means that both the statements are right. Logic. And see, next is Tokamak, artificial sun. Again, current affairs, China. Very direct, easy question. See, when I taught Russia-Ukraine relations, I told you to study the countries surrounding Ukraine. If you studied 10 days back, then you would make it right. And the option here is D, 1, 2, 3 and 5. Look at the map and study, okay, very important. And see again 61, very direct question, 61st question. You should note that table kind of thing. See, largest coal producer. See, largest coal is easy, right? China, India, USA. You should note that China, India, USA. So, USA is the third, not the fourth. So, first statement can be eliminated. Again, it is a tough deal. So, UAE is the second largest natural gas. It is not UAE. See, Russia, Iran. You should note that. So, UAE, second statement is wrong. See, answer, Brazil is the second iron producer. That statement is right. Iron, first is Australia, second is Brazil. So, your economic geography, you have to study it well. Very, very important. And moving on to the next question. See, ocean currents generally decreases with increasing depth. See, this is a general statement. This is correct. Okay, the statement is correct. The direction of isotropic flow is parallel to an isobar. Is it correct? See, what is geotropic wind? Geotropic wind. Geostrophic wind. See, here if it is 10 ppm, high pressure. Here if it is 5 ppm, like it is not ppm, like pressure. What is the unit of pressure? Pascal. Pascal. Okay, 5 Pascal, 10 Pascal you consider. See, if a wind is flowing in such a way that due to Coriolis force, the wind may flow parallel to the two. See, here the wind is flowing from high pressure to low pressure area, but due to Coriolis force, it flows parallel to the isobars. That wind is called as geostrophic wind. You got it. See, wind flows from high pressure to low pressure, but due to the action of Coriolis force, that wind will blow in such a way that it flows parallel to the isobar. That wind is known as geostrophic wind. It is your basic of geography. It is in your NCERT. Just go and read that portion. Jet stream, geostrophic wind, etc. Direct statement. Second statement is direct statement from NCERT class 11. Okay. So, option is D. Both the statements are right. They are asking about not correct statement. Okay. 63rd question. Both the statements are correct regarding SSLV. Small scale launch vehicle. Okay. And 64th question. See, shelf life. Okay. See, shelf life is calculated by storing the product at different temperature for equal length of time. Will it be logically correct? Equal length? No, it will be in varying length of time. So, first statement is wrong. Second statement, expiry dates do not affect the safety of the vaccine, rather its potency. That statement is correct. By logic, you can arrive at the answer. So, the answer will be B. 64th question, answer will be B. And 65th question, just consider 5G mainly works in 3-band, low, mid, high frequency spectrum. That is correct. See, second and third statements are contradictory statements. See, low band spectrum has less coverage compared to high band spectrum. High band spectrum offers high speed than the low band spectrum. Either one of the option will be right. And just imagine, if you need high band spectrum, if you need higher speed, you need higher band spectrum. So, higher band, high speed, but the coverage will be low, right? By logic, you can get the answer. So, the answer will be B. Fine, clear. Here second option is wrong. Why wrong? Low band spectrum has less coverage. No, it has got more coverage. It is the high band spectrum which has less coverage. By general logic, general understanding, common sense. Okay. 66th question, cycle threshold. That is what is meant by CT value. CT value refers to the number of cycles after which the virus can be detected. Answer is, like, option is correct. The lower the CT value, the higher the viral load. Again, right? Very, like, it is a technical aspect. So, answer is, both the statements are right, but they are asking about not correct. The answer will be D. D. See, next question. I just encircled it. I don't have any idea. You should note the stuff. Fimbristilus sunili and Neonotus prafui. It was in news, okay. It was in news. It was reported in Wayanad and all. So, you have to know the stuff. Then only you can do it. Answer is 2 and 4. Okay, no elimination works, you have to know the logic. And next is, see, consumer price index can capture the change in price of goods and services. General statement, it will be right. Housing is the second largest component in the consumer. See, consumer price index, there is no housing component, it is zero weightage. So, the answer will be A. It is a direct question from your economy. CPI. Who releases CPI? NSO. NSO under which ministry? Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Very good. And see, next question, what do you understand about the fiscal cliff? See, personally, fiscal cliff you may not be knowing, but look at the options. Movement of taxpayers into a higher tax bracket owing to inflation. It is called as fiscal drag. It is fiscal drag. See, it won't be C. Net effect of taxation and public spending is neutral. See, it will be something related to neutrality, right? It is fiscal neutrality. Whenever a government either increases its spending or cut taxes, what is it is known as fiscal stimulus. See, I knew C and D very well. I got confused with A and B. But movement of taxpayers into higher tax brackets owing to inflation, somehow I made it is drag, and cuts in government spending allow the cliff. Cliff means what? Cliff, Varkala we have a cliff. Cliff has a cutting slope, right? By that logic we will get it right. Okay, cliff logic. And see, the term W-shaped curve sometimes seen in news. Go by the options. A, an initial loss immediately followed by a drastic margin. Initial loss, immediate gain. So it seems like a J. It is J curve. Sharp decline in the economy is quickly and immediately followed by a rapid recovery. So it will be V-shaped curve. And recovery happens when different sections of an economy recovery at starkly different rates. So it can be K. And see, W, promise of recovery dips back into a sharp decline and finally enters full recovery. Seems like W. See, by general alphabets shapes, you will get it right. By logic. Okay. Next is 71. Regarding harmonized system of nomenclature, HSN. It is a 6-digit identification code for systematic classification of goods. It is not a 10-digit, it is a 6-digit number. Okay. So option 1 can be eliminated. So you will get eliminated A and D. A and D gets eliminated. Anyway, option 2 is correct. It was developed by World Customs Organization. So go through option C, like third statement. Business with turnover of less than 5 crore do not need to adopt HSN. See, that statement is right. That statement is right. You should note that statement is right. So the option will be B. Okay, see, first I eliminated A and D. I am stuck with two options B and C. 2 anyway right because 2 is there in option B and option C. Then go through the third option. If you get it right, you will get the answer as B by logic. Okay. Next is direct question. See, it is not 5 years, it is 3 years. And the list is published by RBI alone. So that is right. And it must not have a history of defaulting of repayments of loans or debt instruments acquiring from financial institutions in a previous year. See, all the statements are correct except option 2 because it is 3 years preceding the issuance of municipal bonds. It is not 5 years, it is 3 years. So answer will be B. And see, UAPA we discussed. UAPA we discussed in current affairs. See, under UAPA both foreigner and Indian nationals can be charged. Whether the option is right? Yes. Look at the third option. It included the provision of designating an individual as a terrorist. That is again right. Okay. So option 1 is right. So you can eliminate option C. Option 3 is right. So you can eliminate option B. And you are stuck with 2 options A and D. And you may look at option 2. Second statement. The Act empowers the Director of Central Bureau. See whether it will be CBI. No, CBI looks into what? Corruption related cases, fraudulent cases. It is NIA. National Investigation Agency. It is not CBI. General understanding, common sense will do. Just eliminate option 2, then you will get the answer as 1 and 3. Okay, just that logic will do. One statement if eliminated, you will get the answer. Okay, next is Assam Rifles. It is tasked with the maintenance of law and order in Northeast along with the Indian Army. It is correct. See, it is the only paramilitary force with a dual control. Yes, it is controlled by Home Ministry, but it is implementing by Indian Army. So the answer is C. Both the statements are correct. And see which of the following statements are not correct. You know what is Coriolis Force, right? Coriolis Force, you know. It deflects to right in the northern hemisphere, deflect to left in the southern hemisphere. And the Coriolis Force acts parallel to the pressure gradient force. Does it act parallel or perpendicular? It is perpendicular. It is not parallel. So first statement can be eliminated. It is the wrong statement. See, the question is regarding the incorrect statement. Okay, so first statement is wrong. Look at the second statement. At the equator, the Coriolis force is 0 and the wind blows parallel to the isoburst. Again perpendicular. It is not parallel. And Coriolis force is directly proportional to the angle of latitude. That statement is right. So you know that answer 3 is right. 3 is right. You can eliminate A. and you should look into 1 and 2 options. Here the elimination is quite tough. You should know the basics of geography, basics of Coriolis Force. That is again important. Okay. And moving on to the next question, 76th question. See, option in 1 has a mistake. It deals with E horizon only. Okay, E horizon only. It is not given as E or O or A. It is E horizon. So, first statement is right. Second statement is right. See, organic material is dealing with horizon O. Okay, O deals with organic humus material. So, you will get it right. Third statement is wrong. If third statement is wrong, you are stuck with two options, A and B. You have to check the first option. See, first option is incomplete, I guess. They have not given the E alphabet there. It is E horizon. So, first and second statement is right. Okay. Next is regarding Siberian climate. See, the climate of Siberian type is characterized by a bitterly cold winter of long duration. That statement is right. Siberian climate is conspicuously absent in the southern hemisphere. Is it right? Both the statements are correct. See, why it is absent in southern hemisphere is because, see, if you consider the continents, we have North America, we have South America. See, just consider, okay. We have Europe, we have Africa, and so on, India, like that. See, if you consider the northern hemisphere, we have the continents having a wider continental interior. Okay, northern hemisphere, the continents has a wider continental interior. So, that Siberian prevails in the higher latitudes. Here latitude will be 0, it will be higher latitudes. But in southern hemisphere, as you go to higher latitudes, here the geographic extent of this continent will be less. Continental interior will be less. So, it will be literally absent in the southern hemisphere. Which climate? Siberian climates. See, you should know about equatorial climate. See, you know the checker diagram. There is a checker diagram. Equatorial climate, monsoon climate, savanna, desert, like that checker diagram. See, I forgot the textbook name. Classification, climate classification. You have to look into, just Google checker diagram. You will get it. Okay, it is important. And moving on further, the next is G20 summit. See, Nusa Dua place. See, when I taught current affairs, I told you important places in news is literally important. Nusa Dua is a place in Indonesia. It is a place in Indonesia. Direct question. Direct question. You should know the place. Where is it? Nusa Dua is in Indonesia. And moving on to the next question. Arranging the following national park from west to east. See, Kangar Ghati National Park is in Uttarakhand. I knew Vansda National Park. It is in Gujarat. Navegan also I knew. It is in Maharashtra. Nero Valley is in West Bengal. So, important national parks in news. You have to study the map. I have already given you the map for that. So, important question, static question, but it is linked to your current affairs. So, the answer is A. Answer is A. I got eliminated two options, option B and D. If you know any one of these stuff, you can try elimination and you may get the answer. Okay. Next is 80th question. See, Istanbul Convention aimed at preventing violence against women. Again, one convention, that is true, Istanbul Convention. See, where is Istanbul? Turkey. Okay, very good. And India is not a party to the convention. Very true, India is not a party. And treaty, see, treaty, whether it will be binding or non-binding. Treaty is a non-binding in nature on member countries. See, here you should consider that which of the following statements are not correct. It is binding only. It is not non-binding. It is binding. So, the answer will be C. Okay, logic. And next question 81. Consider the following statement with reference to election petition. Any voter or a candidate can file an election petition. That statement is true. And second statement, High Court have the original jurisdiction. See, you consider that Raj Narain versus Indira Gandhi case, Allahabad court dealt that case. Any issue relating to this MP elections is dealt by the original jurisdiction lies with the High Court. So, by logic, you will get it right if you know Indira Gandhi issue, that post-independence consolidation period. So, option 1 and 2 are right. In India, no election results have been declared void. That statement is wrong. Okay, so the answer is 1 and 2, 81B. Moving on to the next question regarding Lokpal. See, Lokpal and Lokayukta Act of 2013 is really important. It is often in the current affairs also. So, Lokpal, whether it is a constitutional body? No, it is not a constitutional body, and Supreme Court is excluded from judiciary is excluded from the ambit of Lokpal. So, 2 and 3 is right. See, Lokpal's powers are only recommendatory. It has no power to transfer or suspend a public servant. It has only a recommendatory power. So, you can eliminate option 1. So, here they are asking about not correct statement. So not correct statement is option 1. So the answer is A. Next is Prelay missile. See, you know what is ballistic missile, cruise missile? We will study in detail in science and technology part. And consider the first statement, it is an indigenously developed surface to surface missile. See, first statement is saying that it is a ballistic missile. Second statement is saying that it is a cruise missile. So it cannot be both. So option 1 or 2 is right. And look at the third option, the missile has been developed in a way that is able to defeat the interceptor missiles. So see here the option is not correct as they are asking. Third statement is a general statement, it will be right. See, I'll explain you the logic here. See, there is no 2 and 3 option. Anyway, 3 is right. Okay, anyway, 3 is right. There is no 2 and 3 option. So it will be 1 and 3. You got it. See, it is either a ballistic missile or a cruise missile. So 1 or 2, any one of the statement is right. Okay, and third option you consider, it is a very general statement, it is true. So there is no 3 only option first of all. So anyway, option 3 is right. So 1 and 3 will be the answer. Got it. Like 1 and 3 is the right answer, they are asking about the wrong statement. So it will be B. Got it. Okay, by logic we will get it right. And 84th question, again not correct statement. See, all the statements given are correct. You have to study it by heart. By heart means learn the concept and study. See, IPBS is not a United Nations body, correct? Any state that is member of the United Nations is eligible for IPBS membership, correct? UNEP provides secretariat services to the Intergovernmental Science Policy Platform on Biodiversity and Ecosystem Services, correct? So all the 3 statements are correct. You have to study about IPBES. So the answer will be none of the above. And next is what? Hemidactylus Isi. So it is a gecko species. It is a lizard species, gecko species. It was in current affairs. So you just know the facts, okay, regarding this species. 85. I think it is distributed across globe. It was like Attapadi in Western Ghats. It was identified by a team of researchers. That is why it was in news. Hemidactylus Isi. See, anyone got it right? Any logical guesses applicable there? Any, like I didn't get anything. Hemidactylus Isi. It is a lizard species, gecko species. You should note that stuff. You should know the answer, then only you can do it. And which of the following statements are correct? See, I knew that Pilbit Tiger Reserve is in UP. Okay, I knew that Pilbit Tiger Reserve is in UP. It's up to you. So here the answer is 1 and 2. See, the Pilbit Tiger Reserve is in the catchment of rivers Sharda and Chukka. I hope the Sibi sir has told you important tiger reserves, important national parks and associated rivers, lakes or something is there. You should note that. That kind of questions can be expected. So here Pilbit Tiger Reserve is the catchment of rivers like Sharda and Chukka. That statement is right. And Chukka, which is a part of Pilbit Tiger Reserve, that is also right. So first and second statements are right. And Pilbit Tiger Reserve is a habit. It is not small clawed otter, but it's short something smooth otter. Okay, it is not small clawed otter. See, if you know first statement is right, you can eliminate B and C and you may get stuck with 3 and 2. And see, first statement is there Chukka, second statement is also there is some Chukka. So 1 and 2 will be right. Got it by logic. Next question, 87. Which among the following statement is not correct regarding Jnanapeeth Award? India's highest literary award for annual Jnanapeeth is bestowed on writers for their outstanding contributions towards literature, which is right. The award is open only for Indian citizens, again right. Only literatures in the languages mentioned in the 8th schedule. Is it correct? No, it is not correct. All the languages can be considered. So answer is not correct, they are asking. So it is C. The last option, the prize carries a cash award, a citation and a bronze replica of Vagdevi, the goddess of learning is true. Okay, Vagdevi. Okay, Saraswati it is. So that is true. And 88th question, with reference to the power of Parliament under Article 3 of Constitution, consider the following statement. See, Article 3 is related to internal rearrangement, state formations. So first statement, the bill requires prior recommendation. It is true. It requires prior recommendation. And the president must refer the matter to the bill to the state legislature concerned. Yes, that is also true. You may take the example of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. But Is the decision of the respective state legislature binding on the government or the president? No. They are just consulting the respective legislature. That's all. It is not binding. So, the bill has to be passed by a special majority of the parliament. No, no need. By simple majority it will do. So, the answer is not correct statement they are asking. 1 and 2 is correct, 3 is not correct. So, the answer is B. Answer is B. And next is 89th question. Say People's Plan. It is directly given in your Lakshmikant. People's Plan is developed by who? See, Sarvodaya Plan is developed by JP. People's Plan is developed by M.N. Roy. Very good, M.N. Roy. So, first statement is wrong. The main objective of Bombay Plan was to double per capita income over a period of 15 years. Again, true. The Bombay Plan advocated abolition of the zamindari system. Again, true. So, the answer is 2 and 3. Okay, first statement, People's Plan is by M.N. Roy. If you know that logic, you can eliminate that option. And 90th question, see again reverse kind of thing. It is the regarding Dnieper River. I don't know whether D can be pronounced or not. Dnieper River, whatever it is. It is the 4th longest river in Europe after Volga, Danube and Ural. That statement is right. You should know about the river. See, it was in news. That is why the question is being asked. The river originates in Russia and drains in the Sea of, it is not Sea of Azov, it is Black Sea. Black Sea. See, we studied a strait in Sea of Azov, right? What is the strait name? Dardanelles is there, about that Russia, Ukraine. Kerch Strait, we studied Kerch Strait. Okay. Next is 91. Which among the following pairs are correct? See, it is again your basics of geography. See, first statement is correct. Deflation involves the lifting and blowing away of loose material from the ground. That statement is correct. But second and third question it is given ulta. Abrasion is the sandblasting of rock surface or by winds. They hurl and sand particles against them is called abrasion. And attrition is the wind-borne particles rolls against. See, attrition. That is the dragging kind of thing, attrition. So, particles rolls against one another in collision, they wear each other is attrition. It is not abrasion. 3 and 2 statements are given ulta. So, you will get the answer correct. Answer is A. Is it fine? And see, next question. See, third, look at the third, Niger River. Niger is in which continent? Niger River. Niger, see, Niger is in Gulf of Guinea, that region, and Volga is like catching out to Caspian Sea. Volga, Caspian Sea, outflow is to Caspian Sea. So, 3 is D, 4 is C. You will get stuck with 2 options, C and D. So, you should know 1 and 2 also. It is a bit tough question. See, first statement is Arctic question right. Second statement is Tata Strait right. See, this is a bit tough question, but you the 3 and 4 can be easily done. 3 and 4. But 1 and 2 you should know. Henisei is an Arctic Ocean. Halong outflow is to Tata Strait. Important. See, important. All the important straits you have to study. Very important in current affairs and in your geography static aspect you have to study that. Okay. And 93rd question with reference to payment bank. See, payment bank, whenever you hear the name for payment bank, just think of Paytm. Okay, just think of Paytm and use that logic. It can issue both debits and credit cards. Is it true? No, it cannot issue credit cards. It can set up subsidiary to undertake non-banking financial service activities. Is it true? No. Then Paytm will be having many subsidiaries. No, it is not the case. So, both the statements are wrong. Answer will be D. Both the statements are wrong. The answer will be D. And next question with reference to National Land Bank Portal. Consider the following statement. It is implemented through Ministry of Agriculture. See, not Ministry of Agriculture. It is Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And see the second statement, it provides updates on availability of land distribution for commercial agriculture. It is nothing to do with commercial agriculture. So, both the statements are wrong. Answer is B. Neither 1 nor 2. Okay. Are you able to follow me? Yes. Okay. 95th question. 1 and 2 is the answer. Multi-brand retailing trading, credit information company are not allowed in FDIs. See, FDI you have to study. See, what is balance of payment? Explain balance of payment in a sentence or in a formula will do. Balance of payment. See, FDI comes under. See, you had your economic session right now, right? Balance of payment, external sector. See, I'll just brief it down. Balance. Very good. See, balance of payment is current account plus capital account. What all comes under current account? Balance of trade plus balance of invisible. Okay. And what comes under capital account? FDI, FPI, external commercial borrowings, omissions, etc. So, this formula you just study. In prelims perspective, they will ask you BOP is equal to current account plus or minus capital account, plus capital account, current account plus capital account, current account minus capital account, etc. Okay, formula based questions can be expected. So, FDI comes under what? Capital account, very important. And FDI investments which are not allowed in India, the list is being given. FDI, that list: lottery business, gambling, nidhi company, trading in transferable, etc. Okay, it is not permitted. You have to study that list. That's all. And moving on to 96th question. Arrange the following events in the chronological order. Very direct question. See, widow remarriage everyone knows, right? During the Dalhousie period, 1856 it is. Suppression of Thuggy, 1830. You may be also knowing that. See, which Governor General is associated with each event, you should study that, okay? Comes under your static part. And Kuka movement, it was in 1872. Rajkot College in Kathiawar, it is in 1870. That is a tight call. Okay, 1 and 2 is a tight call. The answer is D. So, 3 and 4 comes together. In which option 3 and 4 comes together? In A and D. So, if you know 3 and 4, after 3 only 4 comes. If you know that stuff, you will get the answer as D. Even if you don't know option 1 and 2, it is fine. If you know 3 and 4 well, you will get the answer right by logic. Next is 97th question. See, they are asking about the correct statement. Indian Council Act of 1861 gave members the right to ask questions on the budget or matters of public interest. So, see, it is an 1892 Act, not 1861. And 1892 had given the members the right for asking. No supplementary question was allowed. No supplementary questions was allowed. Direct question, but option 3 is right. Option 3 is right. So, very direct. See, all the important acts, 1909 Act, Morley-Minto reforms, Montague-Chelmsford reforms, 1935 Act, 1947 Act, all the important acts you should study. Very, very important. See, Lakshmikant first chapter, important acts you have to study. Okay, 1833 Act, 1853 Act, all those acts are important. And see, next is Piker Rebellion. When was Piker Rebellion held? Piker Rebellion? 1870. Very good. 1817. It was held in which state? Odisha. It is not in Bengal. So, first statement can be eliminated. See the second statement. They are asking about the correct statement. Okay. The rebellion took from and shape under the leadership of Chand and Bhairav. Is it Chand and Bhairav? No. Jagbandhu. It is Jagbandhu. So, the answer is D. Both the statements are correct. So, the answer is D. Moving on to the 99th question. Consider the following statement with reference to 8th schedule of the Constitution. There is no clear set of guidelines to include a language into the schedule. Is it correct? There is no pakka guidelines, which is correct. And Sittakant Mohapatra committee was set up to evolve a set of objective criteria for the inclusion of language in the 8th schedule. Again correct. Both the statements are correct. See, yesterday itself I told you important committees, important commissions, and one thing I forgot to tell you, important doctrines you have to study, okay? Important judicial doctrines, I will tell you. Doctrine of basic structure, doctrine of severability, doctrine of harmonious construction, doctrine of eclipse, doctrine of chilling effect, all those important doctrines you have to study. I think your polity faculty may teach you. Important doctrines, important cases. See, Kihotto Hollahan cases associated with 10th schedule, anti-defection law, very important, okay. Golaknath case, Keshavananda Bharati case, all these cases are important. Minerva Mill cases associated with fundamental rights and DPSP. It is in that case, it is said that both are at a balanced state, okay, fundamental rights. See, all the important cases, only 20 cases will be your important. SR Bombay case, all these important cases you should know, and important doctrines also you should know, okay. So, that is what is associated with 99. And moving on to 100th question, in which among the following situations the chief minister of a state is not eligible to vote in the presidential election? See, if he is a caretaker chief minister also, he can participate in elections. See, who all participate in presidential election? Just the elected members of state legislative assembly, then elected members of parliament, only the elected members. While in the impeachment or the removal of president, who all participate? Nominal members also participate, but there is no role for the state legislative assembly or council. So, parliamentary, non-nominated and elected members participate in the removal. So, here the answer will be, if he is a member of the upper house of the state legislature, he cannot vote in the election of the president, and the election of the president is an indirect election. Okay, indirect election. So that's it, 100 questions. So what all things you have to focus? You must go 3 rounds: first round, second round, third round, and third round maximum 10, last 10 or 12 questions you have to solve in the last round. And make sure that you attempt more than 90 plus questions. It's up to you, but I personally believe that you have to attempt more than 90 plus questions, then only your score will boost up. And another thing you should focus is like make a line. When you mark the OMR, keep a finger, left hand finger, and mark a line so that you won't make human errors. You have to make sure that whenever you do a test, even the test is online, try to print out some OMR sheets and make sure that you mark it. Okay, you mark it. It is very important. And bubbling speed also you have to improve. Don't bubble outside. First draw the circle, then bubble inside. Don't start inside the circle. Just bubble the, draw the outer circle, then bubble. Okay, so that's all. And thank you so much for listening. I think it's time for your lunch. Any doubts? Any clarifications?